And when you have kids and you understand how they so subtly taught us values and taught us how to be independent and taught us how to think for ourselves at a very young age, that was the power that I now know as an adult. I was like, man, Mom, you were a magical parent. And she takes that for granted. Because a lot of times we value parenting because of education books and all these sort of theories, but what our parents gave us was unconditional love and a notion that our voices mattered, that our opinions counted, that what we said and thought had meaning to them. And so you start out with that kind of foundation where you really do think that you were really smart, because guess what? These two people thought we were smart. So it was easy to go out into a world that was going to question everything about everything you knew about yourself. They were going to start to play doubts in your head. To start with that foundation and know that you always came home to that kind of affirmation, I think gave us the foundation to go out and do what we had to do. In very subtle, non-monetary ways. That's wisdom that our parents brought to us.
OCO, thank y'all for tuning in to another requested video. As I always like to express in all my other videos, I am not here to turn non-believers into believers. I'm only here to bring y'all food for thought. And with that being said, your opinion is your opinion. Let's get right down to it. Let's just start off by saying it's very interesting to always hear Big Mike speak on the kids that he has raised and the kids that he has rented and how he has become a great parent by having these kids. It's also very interesting to hear Big Mike speak on Ms. Robinson when we know that the relationship that they had with one another wasn't what he makes it seem throughout all these interviews. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all thoughts is. It's also very interesting that Big Mike used the word magical when he referred to his mom, whereas in the last interview, the individual asked Craig what type of fairy dust did his mom use to have such a family like she did. Y'all let me know. That's very interesting that this is the second time we're hearing him using magical dust, fairy. Makes me think. Big Mike mentioned that parents give unconditional love. It's very interesting because I feel as though Ms. Robinson did give unconditional love to her son until a certain point, which is where she was in fear of him. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts is in the comments. Big Mike mentioned that it would be easier to go out into the world where people were questioning you and or setting doubts in your mind. I wonder if Big Mike still feel that way now to the fact of what all has transpired through the time this interview has came out. You can clearly tell that Big Mike is having a hard time understanding what real wisdom is. Understand that knowledge is power and power is organized knowledge expressed through intelligent efforts. And wisdom doesn't become knowledge until you apply what you learn. Listening to Big Mike always speak on Ms. Robin just makes my stomach turn because I can definitely tell that everything that this individual is saying is fabricated. You can definitely tell and see from Ms. Robinson's face and eyes that she was very much in fear and that she very much knew that she couldn't speak or else she would have gotten the same treatment that Mr. Robinson had gotten when he wasn't in agreement with Big Mike and Barry Sotorero having a relationship with one another. It's very interesting. He also always speak on all this love, yet they paid Miss Robinson $160,000 for a lifetime just to watch the rented kids that they both claim was their heart and soul. With that being said, we ain't gonna do too much, but I am very interested to hear y'all thoughts on this fairy and magical dust thing because something ain't adding up. Was Miss Robinson into hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft? Y'all let me know right down in the comments. If you're functional with me on the daily, monthly, weekly basis, you already understand that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You got to keep going, face it, fight it, and finish it. And until next time, I'm always going to have more videos that way, that part. Why though?
I felt like this was going to be a very hard life.
Michael and I also want to acknowledge
I mean, this dude is a genius.